Reggie, I just sold my car online.
Let's go, Grandpa. Wait, you did?
Yep, on Carvana. Just put in the license plate, answered a few questions, got an offer in minutes. Easier than setting up that new digital picture frame.
You don't say.
Yeah, they're even picking it up tomorrow. Talk about fast.
Wow, way to go. So, about that picture frame.
Forget about it. Until Carvana makes one, I'm not interested.
Car selling made easy. On
Carvana.
pickup fees may apply.
Every day at Sierra, you'll find top brand apparel, footwear, and gear for 20 to 60% less than department and specialty store prices. And during clearance time at Sierra, those incredible prices are 40 divided by 2.5, carry the 1, even lower. And when you shop clearance at Sierra, you can save a whole lot more on everything you need to get active and outside. That's a lot of saving. Epic brands, vast selection, teeny tiny prices. That's Sierra. Visit your local Sierra store today or shop online at Sierra.com.
It's a Minimalist Monday edition of Optimal Living Daily on living in caves and fighting distractions by Maneesh Sethi with theminimalists.com. And I'm Justin Malik, the guy reading to you every day of the year. We're going to get right to it as we optimize your life. On Living in Caves and Fighting Distractions by Maneesh Sethi with theminimalists.com. It's funny, it took a week of living alone in a cave with no technology to finally launch my website. Roman students of Stoicism were often taught to practice that which they feared most in order to experience the world that they were afraid of. As I was reading Seneca one day, I stumbled across this quote. Set aside now and then a number of days during which you will be content with the plainest of food and very little of it, with rough, coarse clothing, and ask yourself, is this what one used to dread? End quote. So I set out to experience my deepest unknown, a month without technology. No sleeping bag, no tent, no backpack, just a blanket, a compass, and a few necessities to survive. And of course, my moleskin. It was a 28-day primitive skills course focused on preparing us to survive in the wilderness. 3 instructors led us through the Utah desert, teaching us to make fire, to navigate, to find water, to set up camp and stay warm at high elevations. Minimalism at its root is more than just throwing away everything that you own. It's about learning to thrive, not survive, but thrive regardless of your circumstances. Living in nature reveals that happiness and satisfaction come from inside, not from material possessions. I journaled every day. I have hundreds of pages of internal thoughts, emotions, and fears recorded during both times of extreme stress and times of abundance. But the most interesting part for me was the solo phase. 5 days alone, with no human contact whatsoever. Our group split up and we were each assigned a section of land. Alongside the Escalante River, I set up camp in a nearby cave. As I read my journal today, I realized that, at least for those few days, I became a different person. I became the person I wanted to be. Since 2008, I've had a blog, Hack the System. For over 3 years, that site lay dormant. I wanted to write articles. I really did, but I kept getting distracted. My teachers called it ADHD. My mom said I needed to drink more milk, go figure. But in the wilderness, things were different. Free from distractions, free from internet, TV, notifications, ringtones, and other people, I realized that deep down inside me, there was a kid who was able to achieve a goal. There was a kid who could start writing and keep writing until the sun absconded below the peaks of the Escalante Monument. I wrote more than 7 hours a day. I woke at daybreak, ate prickly pears that grew wild near the river for breakfast, sat down in the shade, and began to write. Besides moving every few hours to avoid the blistering sun, I was fixated on my moleskin, letting the words flow through me. By the end of 5 days, I had written over 15,000 words for Hack the System, more words than I'd written in 3 years. We hear this advice all the time. Just turn off your phone, close your office door. But the fact is, our culture has changed. We've shifted from a meal society to what Eben Pagan calls the snacking society. Not many people sit down for meals anymore. As I write these words, I see a bag of chips, some cupcakes, and a half-drunk bottle of apple juice on my kitchen counter. Instead of organizing our meals around breakfast, lunch, and dinner, we simply grab food whenever we feel like it. There is no beginning and no end. We live our lives in the same way. We don't sit down to focus on a task for a specific block of time. Instead, we work for a few minutes and then snack on our email and then maybe alt-tab back to our work and then snack for a few minutes on Facebook or Skype or texting. I thought I couldn't achieve my goals because of a lack of focus. Instead, the real reason was the flood of distraction. When left to my own devices, I tend to fall into a pattern of Facebook or chatting or Reddit. I call this the set place. What you revert to becomes who you are. But when I made a drastic shift in my context by living away from technology, from any potential distraction, there was nothing else I could possibly do besides focus on the monster, the ever-present but impossible to achieve thing that I wanted to do right. How much of your life do you spend in this gray zone? How often do you sit down for a concentrated period of focused work without checking your phone or email at all? Success isn't about being on all the time. It's about focusing for intense bursts of time and then disengaging. The path to achieving these goals, be it minimalism, productivity, focus, or even losing 23 pounds in 28 days, you have to create a self-reinforcing context that makes it impossible to fail. You just listened to the post titled, On Living in Caves and Fighting Distractions by Maneesh Sethi with Minimalists.com. I'll be right back with my commentary.
Starting a business can seem like a daunting task, unless you have a partner like Shopify. They have the tools you need to start and grow your business. From designing a website to marketing to selling and beyond, Shopify can help with everything you need. There's a reason millions of companies like Mattel, Heinz, and Allbirds continue to trust and use them. With Shopify on your side, turn your big business idea into... Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/special offer.
Oh, it's such a clutch off-season pickup, Dave.
I was worried we'd bring back the same team.
I meant those blackout motorized shades.
Blinds.com made it crazy affordable to replace our old blinds.
Hard to install?
No, it's easy. I installed these and then got some for my mom. She talked to a design consultant for free and scheduled a professional measure and install.
Hall of Fame son.
They're the #1 online retailer of custom window coverings in the world.
Blinds.com is the GOAT.
Visit Blinds.com now for up to 45% off site-wide, plus a free professional measure. Rules and restrictions apply.
Thank you to Maneesh, a guest writer on the Minimalist site. It's a bit of a extreme experiment living in a cave, but it's a good lesson there. And I have done something similar myself, volunteering at a meditation retreat center way up in the Rocky Mountains for a month, sleeping in a tent, and with no cell phone service, which sounds like a chore now, maybe, but when I was there, it was just what we did. The context, like he talked about, pretty much made the decision for me. So that's what we have to figure out. How do we design our environment to support what we actually want to do? Maybe it's putting the phone in another room. Maybe it's closing unnecessary tabs on our computer or phone. Maybe it's creating a space where the only option is to focus. I know we can't all live in caves, but we can make small changes to our environment that make success a bit more likely. So good stuff to think about today. Thank you for being here every day and optimizing your life along with me. It means a lot. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow as usual, where your optimal life awaits.